Can we all give a hand for Joe James?
Hello. Hi.
Hi.
How's it going?
Great.
I can see that your smiles are showing and your faces are glowing, and I can tell without asking or knowing that tonight we're going to have a good time. Because it's the new year and it's young and it's sublime, and in time we'll all be majestic and fine, and our days will be consistently good as they always bloody should, because tonight, guys, we're going to have a good time. You, my friend, what be your name?
Anna.
Sorry?
Anna.
Anna, hi, how do you do? I'm Joe, nice to meet you. I don't know you, but now I do, and maybe if you'll allow me to, maybe later we can have a drink or two and, you know, do the friendship thing and drink away the blues, and then maybe later we could all get into twos and share a story or some good news, or maybe get into teams. Get into teams and collectively convene and agree that 2018 will soon be forgotten like a bad dream, and 2019 onwards will be like a cloud, all calm and serene, and everything will be nice and clean, and we'll all get on supremely well, because I can just tell that tonight, what are we gonna do?
Have a good time.
Fuck yeah. You, what be your name?
Morwenna.
That's right, everybody, it's Wenner, and there's nobody better, and whatever the weather, and she's going to make all our days calm and breezy like a dancing feather. So come on, everybody, put your hands together for my sister and your host, it's Wenner. And I know it's been a tough 12 months full of anguish and struggles with political heats and social issues becoming less discreet, with potential biblical tussles, and then it's always kicking off in Brussels. But come on! Let's put our weapons down and put our drinks up, because tonight we're swimming in luck, and I just don't give a fuck, because tonight we're gonna have a good time. So thank you everyone for joining me and indulging me in my pantomime fantasy, but you can see for me this is as good as therapy. Taking me to realms of different possibilities, and that's great. So seriously, thank you. So let's get started and let's have fun, because that's what SE8 said has risen from the flames and has begun. And like the sun, it has touched each and every single one of you, but not in a weird way. Or maybe we will, who can say? It depends on how long you stay. Just kidding. So let's get this night underway. Thank you. Thanks, guys. Cheers. A bit of a disclaimer, I'm really quite unwell this evening, and I can't really hear or see, and yeah, so please bear with me, but thank you very much. So now that I've got you all in a good mood and really pumped, here's a poem about depression. Yay! So this one is called Time Study. Fucking hell. My analysis of this condition is comprised of microdata that I can't be bothered to list, and I'm tired of any given intention to elaborate on every aspect of this calligraphy comprehension. But the one thing I'll dedicate time to mention is that your perception of time melts like it's fucking Inception, and you're left suspended in suspect suspension, and then you're left just checking time. Now, when I try to effectively dip inside past calendars, memories, retrospectively, I can see that time appeared to me differently. I used to think in hours, and the world was just like a musical chorus line dancing through in slow motion rain showers. And every 60 minutes seemingly had no limits, and I dedicate time to thinking of beauty and not card machine digits. And I couldn't believe it when I reflected and the lights diminished. And I could feel proud of each and every day and simply wipe away the shade, and every Kodak moment was a hand well played. And then, if you were to take away the gaps between the days and just stitch it all together, draw a line through it, and then crawl along that line for a few weeks until the next emotion comes, that's what time becomes. And so I stare back down that line and that way, and I see it all in a strobe-lit cacophony of labyrinth dichotomies where I see each decision and the choices that are there in front of me, and there's the right way and then there's the way that I chose. And the book is eternally closed, and a lifetime of smoother roads, and the path I've taken is just a melody I can't compose. I can't compose together, so maybe I'm just better looking the other way up the line to where the hilarious parody of reality returns, which is fact-checked and factually accurate, and I'm no longer hungry or desperate to fixate on the trivial, and I wish for every measure of the day, week, month to be convivial, and for every second to be seen with a liberal mindset, and this will keep everything delightful and simple. But then time's just slow. Thank you. Thanks very much. Okay, recently my mum introduced me to something, and now I'm going to introduce it to you, because I think the one thing we need in the world is more country western spoken word. Oh, so much enthusiasm for that in the room. So I need a little bit of audience participation, is that okay?
Yes.
Right, okay, so when I say a verse, what would be really useful for you all to do is just go, mm-hmm, 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 mm-hmm. Very good. And then I'm going to reach the end of the verse, and I'm going to point at you all like that, and I'd like you to go, and you'll see why, because this song or poem is called Big Bad John. When I get to the end of the verse, I'm going to point at you, and I'd love you to go, Big John, Big John, Big Bad John. Yes! This guy here, he knows. All right, brilliant.
It's my childhood.
Okay, so remember, during the versey bits, mm-hmm, mm-hmm, I'm going to point at you, not with this hand, because they can't hear himself. Big John, Big John, Big Bad John. Yeah?
Yeah.
Wicked! Alright, so let's get going. Mm-hmm.
Oh shit.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Every morning at the mine you could see him arrive. He stood 6'6" and weighed 245, kind of broad at the shoulder and narrow at the hip, and everybody knew he didn't give no lip to Big John.
Big John. Big John.
Big John. Big Bad John. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Nobody seemed to know where John called home. He just drifted into town and stayed all alone. He didn't say much, kind of quiet and shy, and if you spoke at all, you just said hi to Big John. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Somebody said he came from New Orleans when he got in a fight over a Cajun queen, and a crashing blow from a huge right hand sent a Louisiana fellow to the promised land. Big John. Big John. Big John.
Big Bad John.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then came the day at the bottom of that mine when a timber cracked and men started crying. Miners were praying and their hearts beat fast, and everybody thought that they'd breathe their last, except John. Through the dust and the smoke of this man-made hell walked a giant of a man that the miners knew well. Grabbed a sagging timber, gave out a groan, and like a giant oak tree he just stood there alone. Big John. Big John. Big John.
Big Bad John.
Mm-hmm. And with all of his strength he gave a mighty shove. Then a mighty yelled out, "There's a light up above!" And 20 men scrambled from a would-be grave, and now there's only one left down there to save. It's Big John. With jacks and timbers they started back down. Then came that rumble way down in the ground, and then smoke and gas belched out of that mine, and everybody knew it was the end of the line for Big John. Big John. Big John.
Big Bad John.
Now they never reopened that worthless pit, they just placed a marble stand in front of it. These few words are written on that stand: at the bottom of this mine lies a big, big man. Big John. Everybody! Big John! Big John! Big Bad John! Thank you so much, everybody. Nice to thank you to Anna. Nice to thank you to the venue. Please tip the barman and everything. Thank you.
Okay, can we get a round of applause and an equal, if not greater round of applause for both Joe and Big John?
Yeah!